Good evening. Welcome to episode 11 of Stay Smoky TV. We live here from the sanctuary. I am your man, Ron, a.k.a. the Urban League, a.k.a. Top Shelf Ron, a.k.a. Mr. Stay Smoky himself, a.k.a. They hate me because they ain't me.
That's all you got?
That's all I got.
Zone. You already know who it is, man. It's your boy, the nephew, a.k.a. Mr. Culture Dope himself. Before we go to Cartier Dre, I have a special guest to the left of me. Some of y'all might know him as Aaron's Perkins, but we know him as AP.
Alright. Word.
You know what I'm saying? So stay tuned. Enjoy the show. Cartier Dre, let me hear something.
Straight no smokes, let's get it.
Alright, so yeah, like Neff said, we here today.
Hold on, time out. Did you just call me now?
Yeah.
Right that. That's
Yeah.
yeah.
Neff said, we here today with Aaron Perkins. He is the National Vice President of Smoking Shells. Thanks for joining us.
Oh man, it's my pleasure. Pleasure to be here.
So usually when we start, we cut light drink. We let everybody know what we smoking. So what you smoking on today?
I'm smoking one Concel Protocol, the official misconduct.
Okay.
Made
Shout
by
out to
made by Lazona Cigar.
Okay. So you attended the festival down there, right?
Yep, Lazona Palooza.
Okay. You want to tell us what you did, how it was?
Always, it's fantastic. You're there usually everybody gets there maybe a day or two early. It's for 3 days. This year it was from November 2nd through the 4th. The first day, you're there. You have you get a packet of sticks made by Lazona, but are pretty much different companies.
Okay.
Such as Protocol, and you get T-shirt, you get everything. They always have a theme, which is wonderful. And the color theme was red, black, and white, and it was the LP. The LZP 23 was the hashtag, and you can buy sticks. Great amount of sticks and other apparel. So each day was an event. The first day, you get to see that extended family, that cigar family, right. And everybody there to support each other. Eric goes out his way to host us for 3 days because everyone is great customers.
It was in Miami?
Yeah, in Hialeah Gardens.
Okay.
Right outside of Miami. So it was great. Great.
Okay. Yeah, it's funny that, we got to get back to what we smoking, but it's funny that when I looked it up, like I saw y'all was down there, and it was also the same weekend as Big Smoke in Las Vegas. I was like, what kind of planning was that?
Yeah. It's like once you get on Lazona Cigars group on Facebook and or Instagram, and you tag every time you smoking one of his product, you tag it. Even if you're a business, you are selling his product. In return, every year, he takes a good amount of his.
It's invite only.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So every time you post,
Howard, why are we not on the list?
I'm on the list.
Why we wasn't there? Well, we gotta get Stay Smoky TV on.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's two different things.
And I tell you this, you need to get him on there because he is a world of information. His life, talking about it, and our PIO actually did an interview with him, and it's nice to see how other people made it in the cigar business and in business generally, because you can take something from that and apply it to self.
Okay.
So, and when it comes to Smoking Shells, he's been one of the most gracious in the cigar business that help nonprofits.
Okay.
That's what's up.
What you smoking?
Man, I've been on my Can Burger kick all weekend. So I'm doing the Can Burger anniversary, 25th anniversary, with the AJ collabo.
Okay. So tell us about the event. What my guy J.E.
That's your guy now?
He always was my guy since Dan's, bro.
That was only about a couple weeks ago.
Well, he my
But
man.
it was a great event. A lot of people showed out, with Shirley's birthday party. And he did his thing. He was one of the reps that anytime we have a new rep that come to Fire and Smoke, I'm always hesitant with him because some of them might not focus on the customer as much as they focus on the cigar. Okay. And he was able to do both. I mean, he's walking through, he's taking pictures, asking people how they like the
Yeah,
cigars.
because he was sharp as a tack.
Yeah, man. Woo! Man.
Did you see it? You probably don't remember.
You probably don't remember. Yeah.
I was in a sunken place.
Yeah, you was legit. But,
I was in a sunken place, man.
It was a great turnout. Got a lot of information from him. And like I said, I'm always skeptical when new reps come along.
Okay, J.E., I need that. I told you, he said he only had big sizes. I need that T-shirt that Howard had on.
What size? What size are you?
I need an extra large.
Oh no, he only had 2X's.
Yeah, he said he only
but
had
you
big
could
sizes.
you could have get the 2X and wash it. It shrunk.
Oh, he can give it. I get one from him.
Yeah.
So I still gotta reach out to him. Yeah. So I'm smoking this Padron number 95 PCA edition. This is actually from their first release of the 95.
Top
Now,
notch.
what you drinking? Nothing to the drink.
Oh,
Oh, I'm doing the Saz right
you
now.
drinking Sazerac?
Yeah.
Paying with Sazerac.
This bed was
So
Saz,
this is
right?
the
My
Padron
fault.
95. Pulled out the Heaven Hill Distillery, one of the nice allocated joints. So I'm gonna drink that with this Padron 95.
Well, me, I have the Long Live the Queen. This is the first time I ever had one of these joints, Lancero. I heard a lot about them.
Yeah, shout out to Caldwell.
Big
Yeah,
time,
heard
big
a lot
time,
about
big
them.
time.
Actually, I purchased this from Fire and Smoke. So
Yeah,
I appreciate you.
I smoke mine.
I'm gonna get into it, see what it do for me and do to me. Also, my first time on this Heaven Hill, so I'm 2-time first timer over here.
Oh, you doubling up.
Yeah, so let's see how my night go. I might go back to a sunken place.
I like Lanceros because then you get to, it's a lasting
Yeah.
cigar where you can get to enjoy everything.
He's speaking my language. See?
Yeah.
So
I learned a little bit something from this past weekend where they talked about all these different sizes, shapes of the cigar. They said Lancero and the Toro probably were the main ones way back when.
see, I love Toros and Lanceros is my second.
Yeah.
So you saying back then it was more
Yeah,
Toro,
short
Lancero.
time.
Yeah.
That's crazy because I always thought it would be like Robusto. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause
That's
yeah.
what I was
Yeah.
thinking.
But Bustos have a
But,
little
you know,
flavor kick for me, so I like
I was
it.
listening to a couple of the enthusiasts that were talking about the actual cigars itself, and it was interesting to find that out.
Okay. Wow. Learn something new every day.
So, hey, P, tell us about the Smoking Sales Organization. I've been a member since day one when
Yes.
it came to Maryland. I remember reaching out to the guys in New York. They was like, we don't have a chapter down here. And this guy right here
Yeah.
put the wheel in motion. Now it's chapters all over the country.
Oh,
But
yeah.
go ahead and
Where your shirt at?
dude, I couldn't find
I
it.
couldn't find my look. I couldn't find mine either. I couldn't find mine either.
The next time, and I tell you this, I would love for the show to be live at one of the meetings.
Oh, yeah, we can do
Okay,
that.
we can do it.
And then you have time to get your shirt.
Okay. Hey, I gotta find
I
it.
gotta
I actually
do
went
that.
to look for it today, but I couldn't find
I
it.
couldn't.
We couldn't be live, but we can record it.
We could-
We can do live.
we could do live.
We can do that.
Now, excuse me,
Yeah.
Mr. KP. Let me
AP.
let me address these brothers for a second. Cause aren't y'all the ones that said
We gonna have
you
to do it.
can't do live because at
No,
that
no, no,
point
we're not
it's
gonna-
not
We're not gonna go on
podcasting.
Facebook Live. We're gonna do YouTube Live,
YouTube live.
and then we still gonna put it up as a. We don't have to make it an episode. We can do it in the.
They always, I appreciate that about you. I'm sorry, brother.
That's
Go
all
ahead.
right.
I
That's
ain't
We
really-
we did our research.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
or
So we working. We working.
Oh yes, we can record it. We can record it and then edit it and say this was from the Smoking
Okay.
Shills meeting.
My
So,
apologies.
Oh
Either way.
no, that's all right. It's knowledge.
And we gonna
Yeah.
go Facebook Live too.
But man, 2015.
Damn, it's been that long?
Yeah.
That's when I came.
John Bellico.
That's when I moved back down.
John Bellico, who is the national president. I remember him calling me and saying, "Hey, look, it's 15 of us. We want to start this Smoking Shields because, as you know, we spend on this." And he said, "Now, how can we get back?" And moving forward, out of that time, when he called me, I said, "I'm in." April, my wife, said, "I'm in." Antoine Chambers said, "I'm in."
Right.
So before Antoine came in, April and I traveled in that year every month
Yeah, I
up to
remember
New
I
York.
was calling us.
Yeah,
Jeez.
we would go every month to a meeting, and man, you could feel the energy. But the energy was also when you have one of those guys up in the front who were suffering from 9/11, and then they getting a check for something that they need and things like that, for bill, or just having some money to take care of some other things. Or you had that officer that is injured, or his family, or he or she is gone on, and we're paying homage toward that family and giving back.
Right.
And that's what it was all about. And then moving forward, when it came time, it was between Florida, Jersey, and us, Maryland. And it was nice when the guy said, "Wait a minute, we got April, Antoine, and Aaron come up every month."
Right.
And we were able to get the nod, we get started, and there you go. We just went right on. And the thing about it is when they said you got to have your board, I had that
Right.
already months in advance. And they said, "Oh, you got to get your 5-1." Bam, got that. You got to get this. We got that. We got everything in a row. And then the great thing down here, with my brothers and sisters, it's like, under the leaf, it's like everybody already knew. They
Right.
already knew what, our vision was, our mission, and then we just moved on from there.
Yeah, because I remember when you, April, and Antoine was driving up, and Antoine hit me once a couple times. Was like, "Dude, you want to ride up?" I was like, "Dude, I ain't driving up there for that." But I remember they let me do like the honorary membership before you started, and I paid my membership when it was just in New York or whatever. So I mean, yeah, it was pretty cool. And like the meetings, of course I haven't been to a meeting like since COVID.
Yeah,
But,
and see,
like
COVID.
them joints used to, I used to look forward to those meetings,
man.
especially
And that
just
meal.
to run into,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, the free
The
meal,
free meal, yeah.
free meal.
Yeah,
and
the
they-
meal was tough. The
like
meal was tough.
the-
The meal was
They
tough.
ain't never put no punches on the grub.
Yeah.
You ate good. You ate good.
Yeah.
You know,
Like, you knew
smoked.
you had a meeting. Let your stomach touch your back that day.
Yeah, it was good meal.
Every meeting is catered.
Right, and it was good to see like, guys like I remember we went to the one meeting at Burnt Leaf. Like I saw dudes that like I literally grew up with in the department, like dudes I was cadets with that I hadn't seen in like years. You know what I mean? It was like good,
Yeah,
to
and
see everybody.
the thing that makes a meeting and having that group, that Facebook group, the website, all those things.
Can you get any louder?
Yo, make a little bit more noise, yo. Jesus.
You heard what he said. We're recording over here.
But the thing that makes it so grand is that that's medicine, that's therapy, because our men and women in blue, and also our men and women in the military there, and several of them actually said it's peace seeing all of us at the meeting.
Yeah.
And we just were able to do things in the community also with the senior citizens. That first year when we started, I have received an inbox from a senior citizen community because they didn't have enough funds to have a holiday party for Christmas. And they reached out to me like that in November. And I said, well, I'll speak to the board. And then the board said, oh, definitely. Done. Took care of it. And one of our brothers in blue, KJ, who's now second in charge of BPD.
Right.
I reached out to him because he was the major at the time in the Central. I said, hey, this is what's going on in your district. And I asked him to come on board, and he said, done. He said, before I hung up the phone with him, he had his whole team go up there to find out what they wanted on their menu.
Oh, wow.
And what we did was we gave a monetary donation and then committed to years after that. And the next year, they had a caterer. We weren't satisfied with the caterer. We said, no, we're going to cater every year. And we did that, even through COVID.
Oh, wow.
We put out our caterer was COVID certified and all the restrictions were, he did it up, and that was Salerno's. And we had meals for them. Look, giving back, that's what we do.
Right.
You know?
So y'all had the crab feast. When was the crab feast?
The crab feast was October 15th.
Okay.
And went well.
Yeah, we tried to have you on here before that.
Yeah.
You was too busy.
Oh, man,
Mr. International. You Mr. International.
Yeah, I got many hats. But the other thing is, when you say giving back, my wife and I are foster parents now. With 3 little ones.
Congrats.
And
y'all crazy. But congrats.
Yeah, we've been doing it 3 years. They sisters.
Okay.
And you got to practice what you preach.
Right.
And that's what we're doing. It's challenging, but we see the fruits of our labor through them.
Okay. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
So, April, she the president now, right?
She's the president. You had a unanimous vote.
Who voted? Just you and her?
No.
In-house voting?
No, the board, and this the other thing. Out of the 14 chapters, once we got started, I was talking about the vision, Maryland was the first to branch into largest.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
And then now when we redid the bylaws, Maryland's grandfathered in. That's the only ones that can have the 3 largest. Everybody else, you have to start chapters within the states.
Oh, okay.
But
So we still got
the board, the board unanimously voted her in because look, if you look at it, she's been in the trenches the entire time.
Yeah. She came from.
I mean, y'all was shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
I don't take nothing from her. She was there.
I remember when I first heard it.
Yeah, so it was unanimous. And with the 3 largest, she has 3 vice presidents, the treasurer plus the head treasurer, and then so on in these boards. So she has a great mind, and her boards consist of retired colonels, retired Secret Service agents, Secret Service criminal intel, and people from corrections who call the shots and things like that, all on her board. So
Big wigs.
yeah,
Okay.
she good. And I must say, the Smoking Shields Maryland has some big wigs throughout the actual membership, such as
I
yourself.
remember,
And we
I'm
got
a
West
big
Point.
wig, yeah.
We had West Point.
Hashtag Ron the Big Wig.
I'm the young gunner.
Thanks a lot.
Young gunner.
He definitely gonna run with that.
No, we gotta do that. Hashtag Big Wig Young Gunner.
Okay.
Okay.
We have West Point grads. We have retired FBI directors. Like I said, Secret Service. We have special forces out of the military, colonels, you name it, they in there. And that's the same with all the other chapters. There's some great people who made a mark in law enforcement and made a mark in the military.
I remember when I moved back down here in 2015, and then around 2017, 18, right, Fireman Smoked open, and people was telling me about this whole Smoking Shields, and a lot of people I was smoking with already was a part of Smoking Shields. I said, I don't know what you're talking about. He was like, when you was in Boston, what'd you win? Sheriff's department, everything like that. I said, yeah. Well, guess what? You qualify. And in my mindset, I didn't know what they was talking about. The first meeting we went to, it was at Humidor on the Hill. And when I walked in there and saw everybody,
Yeah.
I said, I really do smoke with these guys. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
yeah, I can do this.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's fun.
Yeah.
It's a unique concept, and when you it's time to help somebody and you get the information,
Mhm.
you cut the red tape, you get the details, and you move on.
Right.
Mhm.
You know, during the early parts of 2017, 2018, especially the 2018 when those hurricanes came about, we had 2 hurricanes back to back, if I
Right.
remember. The one in the Panhandle of Florida,
Mhm.
and the one that went up the coast into North Carolina, South Carolina. And the one in North Carolina, we had members in the military said, okay, what they need. Bam, they got there, the military members took a truck up and gave them at least 6 months of supplies.
Oh, that's what's up.
You know,
That's
and actually we had members that worked construction and things like that that went to these different places and contributed to helping.
When is the next meeting? You know?
The next meeting I'm waiting on, it'll be featured for us Toys for Tots, and April and her staffing, her board will let me know this week, and I'll get it to you all so y'all can get
That's
it.
all right, because you're the national vice president.
Yeah.
That's beneath you. You don't handle that. I'm gonna have to call April.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're gonna have to contact April. We can't even ask him.
We gotta call his secretary and leave a voicemail.
Right. But it's funny. I went to Tampa to hang out down there a couple of days, and I was at Grand Cathedral, and I
Yeah,
actually
beautiful.
met the president. I was
Oh.
just in there smoking by myself. Yeah, I met the president of Tampa, and he was like, man, our meeting is tomorrow. He said, it'd be cool if you could come to the meeting. I was
Yeah.
like, dude, I fly out in the morning. So I didn't get a chance to go to the meeting.
Man, such a fantastic guy and a giving heart. And then one of the managers there, I think he's a manager, Dominic, he's a member. Majority of the guys down there.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of them was just coming through, drinking coffee and all that. Yeah.
Yep. And I mean, that's such a nice place too. And you know, you have members because Fuentes is a member
Yeah.
of the Tampa, and there's so
And
many.
Angie.
Angie,
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely
they
is, yeah.
they all members, and that's what you need. You need those people in business, and right here, our from Shirley to Bobby, Smitty,
Oh, yeah,
and
Smitty.
Dan, all of them, they and Feeney and all of them are just so giving. Raul, Doc, all of them, and I tell you, Raj, hosted the 2.
That's a Beverly.
No,
No.
Raj,
That's
Oh,
talking about
Sessions.
no,
that's
Tinderbox.
Tinderbox.
Raoul's
now-
tobacco leaf, Raj
Yeah,
is
I always
Tinderbox.
mix
Well,
that
now
up.
it's called the box.
Yeah.
The box,
Yeah.
and he had us as the beneficiary for 2 golf tournaments.
Oh, okay.
So I tell you, it's just been a giving. That's the hidden thing that people don't realize in the cigar business. It's probably one of the top giving back. And we
They trying to shut us down for smoking.
yeah.
They want to
And,
ban
our
cigar
hats off
smoking.
to them because they always been there. I never had someone say no.
Right.
And when you have members that I speak to, or they just call me, they say the meeting is the antidote.
Right.
You know, you have some guys and ladies suffering from PTSD, and this is their avenue. And through the COVID, huh?
I said you talking to one of them.
Speaking of that, sit back real quick. The door is open. Do you have a smoking shield, Tom?
No,
We gonna get him one.
We gonna
Yeah,
get him one.
we get 'em in
We
there.
get-
Yeah, we get them in there. And so, once from day one, my heart's been in it.
Definitely.
COVID really hit us hard, and that's why we pushing like this venue here pushes us to get the members back into the lounges, back on board, participate, get them out there,
And pay your dues. Make sure you
And
pay
pay
your dues.
your
Because I
dues.
gotta pay mine, so
That's
make
right.
sure you pay your dues.
Look,
Look for the post. Look for the post.
I know I gotta write a check. I know I gotta.
Yeah, look for the post this week for dues because dues starts now
Okay.
into the new year,
Okay.
and it goes a long way. You know, I tell you, for all the chapters, our newer chapters, New York has a second chapter there in Orange County, and you'll see if you go on the main Smoker Shields website, you can see all the chapters and the rockers. The next two that just came on board, Culpeper, Virginia. It actually moved from Virginia Beach to Culpeper, Virginia. During the COVID time, the members down in Virginia Beach got real sick, so it was on hiatus, and then the guys in Culpeper picked it up.
Okay.
And now in South Carolina, we have a second chapter there in Columbia, South Carolina, in Midlands. So yeah, it's been picking up. We focusing on New Orleans, and we got a couple others, and it's just in talks. We moving the Georgia chapter to Atlanta, and I have to make a few phone calls, but I got some commitment from some people that can help with getting membership down there.
So when we can have like a national convention or something?
Yeah, that will. The board we've been talking about that. You know, you just had the summit. While this past Wednesday I couldn't make it, but the actual down at the Grand Cathedral they did a summit.
I think I saw that.
Yeah. So they did a summit and went well. Man, it was outstanding. I wish I could have made it, but I couldn't. But we are in meetings talking about our conference, and I will keep you up to date on that. You can have me back on here.
Oh yeah, we definitely,
And,
we definitely
we can do that. But you know, just the thing about it is, you know, it's great that helping. It's great that the membership is climbing.
You know how many members we got now?
It's on paper, it's over 300
Total or just in Maryland?
in Maryland, but in the actual, for all the chapters, no, not right offhand.
Okay. Well, 300 is a lot, because I remember when it was just like, what, 10, 15 of us?
No, I think it was 25 when we
Yeah,
first
I
started.
said,
You remember?
yeah.
And hats
'Cause
off.
the first one we was at Tobacco Leaf, right?
No, that was the second one.
What was the first one?
The very first one was at Bobby's.
At Burnt Leaf.
At
Yeah,
Burnt Leaf.
Yep, you're right.
And as you mentioned that,
The old
Bobby.
Bobby, second
Yeah.
floor.
Yep.
when we got everything solidified in April, that's when you knew we only had 15.
Right.
Remember that?
Yeah.
So, and we had to wait. We wanted to build up a little bit more. So we went to the police week.
Right.
Bobby and Dell paid for us to have the tent. They actually financed us for those first 4 months.
Well, they rich, man. They got horses and shit.
I'm about to say
They
farms and
got
everything.
horse farm in his
But-
yard and shit.
Yo, horses.
But I say that because we went there and we had the meeting. We went to police week and we started signing up guys, and I couldn't stop thanking them for doing that.
Right.
And he said, no, we feel we see the vision.
Right.
And then when I sat down with Raul and Dan was like, I said, Dan, you never tell me no. He was like, nope. Come on.
But 90% of that membership is law enforcement.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
and that's and military.
Yeah.
95.5%, man.
Yep. Yep.
So yeah, that was a given.
And then as I was talking to Shirley, and she told me about her relative
Right.
being a part of the bombing in Beirut,
Right.
the military
Her
base.
brother,
Right.
right?
Yeah, and that was right off the bat. She was like, "I'm in,"
Right.
and so it's been a grand thing. Hard work, you know.
Sound like it.
And bylaws and staying on point with, you know, in nonprofit, You got to make sure that you're on point with all the paperwork to the state and feds. And one good thing that I can say about Maryland is that, all the chapters are above reproach. But one thing when I was the president of Maryland is we turned our books over to the AG's office. Because a lot of
Don't you work there?
Huh? No.
Turn them over to itself.
I was about to say, you just
No, well,
you went from one room to the other room.
yeah, well, one thing that a lot of nonprofits, not just in what we do, but a lot of nonprofits think that, okay, you get your articles of incorporation and you get your 501c3, and you got to make sure that you write it perfectly. And in your mission in what you write on that articles and on that 501. Because if you don't and you stray off your mission, it's going to come back on you.
Right.
It's come back on you hard, and the AG's office will be right in you. So, what we did was we contacted them, we talked to them, educate us on this nonprofit. What are the do's and don'ts? And the first thing they said was, when you stray off a mission, when you do say you do an event, and say, for instance, that event may include the psychiatric part, the psychology, and getting somebody some help and things like that. Well, you don't want to incorporate that in your mission. You make that where you do a donation and you send it to them, but because they see that as misconstrued.
Okay.
Right. So we challenged them and you said, what should we do? Turn your books over to us. So we turn everything over to every March. We give them our books, and with that, and this is important, when you have that third piece of paper, and it's a gold seal from the AG's office, the state secretary's office, and it puts you in a registered charitable organization. So that means you're in the database, and any business that you write a letter to and things, they go right in there, or they go in there themselves when it comes time for them to donate things.
Right.
Like they go right in there and say, oh yeah, they in there. Not just good standing, but you in as a gold member,
Right.
in the AG's office, state secretary's office. That's important. So you can start all the articles of incorporation or all the 501c, but if you ain't in that database, you still just a local.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah, that's deep.
So let me ask you, man, people who just hearing about your organization for the first time and want to become a part of it, what would they need to do?
Well, if you
And what's the premise?
yeah, well, if you are number one is a vouching, but a lot of the members who have not been vouched in, we do check them out, and for law enforcement and military, it's $60. And the reason why it's only $60 for law enforcement and military, in our clause in there is that arrest powers. And that's why it's only $60 in their full membership. And then associate membership, now associate member can come on, each member has the permission to bring in one associate member once a year. And they pay $80. That's a civilian or firefighter. Firefighter doesn't classify as that $60 member because they have no arrest powers or had arrest powers. And that person has to have good standing if they retire.
Okay.
And then you get your smoke shirt, you get your shield,
Which I can't find.
and you get your shield, and you get your lapel pin.
Okay.
I still got my lapel pin in my
All
shirt.
right.
I can't even find the big water bottle joint that we had.
Oh, the growler.
Yeah, I can't.
I lost mine. I don't know.
Oh man. You know we has actually sold out of it.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Guess we got
Well, I'm
waiting.
gonna have to get all new shit.
Yeah, all new stuff.
Yeah. But once you in there and things like that, we always, say come on on board and volunteer with us, help us out, and things like that. And you know, each chapter in the bylaws, they have they can build committees, and a lot of those committees is to buffer the actual board members, like the treasurer or the sergeant at arms and things like that, the recording secretary. So, yeah, I mean, it's been working. It's been working.
Yeah, it's been official for a minute.
Yeah.
Like I said, the meetings used to be, it was a good look. When they give out good raffles and shit.
Oh,
Great,
yeah.
you know, not good raffles. Great raffles.
Great
Yeah,
raffles.
yeah, man, those raffles, and it's like we sometimes get bombarded with raffles, and it's like you can always win.
Yeah.
You can always win, and when it comes to the raffles, that's because a lot of those cigar lounges, Main Street had came on board, and Spartans came on board. I tell you, Spartans,
So
Main Street,
Spartan Main Street in our
yeah, in the central office.
Central
Yeah,
Office.
You know,
Okay.
and I didn't mention that earlier, that Peter, Tony, and Ed, and Karen over at Main Street have been huge with us, and with Spartan, we wind up when it comes to the civilian nonprofits, helped out a civilian nonprofit that help out Asperger and what's the other autistic people.
Okay.
And so we helped them out, did a couple of cornholes with Spartan, and we raised some money for them and things like that. And also for breast cancer awareness, that, you know, Shirley and Howard really put forth in front on that. So we help out a lot of different causes.
Can y'all help out the Top Shelf Ron card?
What's
I
that?
need a couple bottles of Pappy Van Winkle.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck, man. You found it.
You
Oh, that's what's up. So, what else? What else we got? Smoking Shells related.
We're doing the Toys for Tots, and
I was about to say that.
and I'll let you know once we do that. I talked to Dan. I gotta make my rounds, and I'm gonna drop off the boxes.
So I know y'all have a box every year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta drop. I'll drop off another box of yours.
Okay.
So when it comes time to pick up, I'll pick them up and take them to where, because we have our trailer. I think we got our trailer the second year in 2018 is when we got our trailer. The
That's-
Smoke Shields
Isn't that
trailer.
when we had the crab feast at the what location? We was outside
Yeah,
though.
nice and epiphany.
Right? Oh my
And I
goodness.
think that's where we may go back to. Not we, but they thinking
Yeah.
about going back there
Good. I like that.
to house more
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, I was about to say, can we have it?
How was the last crab feast?
The last crab feast was good.
It was at Burnt Leaf, right?
Yeah, yep. And matter of fact, it was at Burnt Leaf. I tell you, when COVID hit and it had so many restrictions up, we reached out all these different places. They said, no, we can't do it, we can't do it. So when we reached out to Bobby and said, look, you got this land outside, can we do it? So then Bobby reached out to the community, the councilman, and then we talked with the executives of Baltimore County, and they said, well, we have this going on. So they said, you need a schematic. Bam, I got that. I had already did one for
So
his
you be
land.
on your
Hey,
shit.
P be on his.
Yeah.
We gonna call him about policy.
Yeah. So we did the spacing.
Hashtag.
We did the spacing, and we had the diagram, things like that. And they said, well, you need a liquor license. Got that. We got that
One-day
for
liquor
temporary.
license.
Well, no, we did a 3-year. So every time we're there, we had it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh,
That makes sense.
So, and then it just took Books, Keith Matthews. We call him Books now. And he got the name Books from New York, because then New York started using him to teach the other, help in teaching the other chapter treasurers.
Oh wow.
And they have, they have a great 2 treasurers in New York, and that's Adam and Wes. Wes started the the treasure thing, because when I would see his, I said, "What in the world?" Books picked it up right away, and so that's just it. I mean, I still myself, when a new chapter pops up, I really sit down, talk with them, do a virtual, and say, "Look, you want to do this, do that." Things like that. Really going forward, because starting a chapter can be nerve-wracking, especially to start anything. You don't always need to go run into a lawyer. You can do everything yourself. It's just got to take time to read, ask questions, and then just get the ball rolling.
Hey, we're gonna get you in.
Yeah, we gotta get you in.
We're gonna get you in.
Yep.
Also on the smoking chill side, like how you and I talked before, any type of promotion or advertisement on the social media too that you need. I know myself, Stay Smoky TV as well. You know, all of us. That's we.
Oh man, we really appreciate that.
We'll pump that like it's like
And-
people gotta drink water.
What?
Ron
It's
and
necessary.
Ron and I go back
Yeah.
in the department. But I used to work for his mom too.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
so y'all basically family. So you got the inside track.
Well, see that.
So why
that
you do this
community,
on time?
that community oriented,
Yeah.
stuff. That's what his mom used to do.
Okay.
Yeah, my mom was like one of the first community police in the city.
Yep.
Oh.
She was one of the first community police and the first domestic violence detective
Yep.
in the city of Baltimore.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yep.
A little history
A
up
little
there.
history up there.
Yeah.
Real. Dre, what you got?
Man, hey, I'm soaking in knowledge.
Okay.
I'm soaking in knowledge, man. I was going to talk my little sports stuff, but that seemed like that's second place in what we discussed.
Yo, we still got time. We still got about
Yeah.
20 minutes or so.
Oh, and the other gentleman that helped us out, Jorge Molina, Real Men Smoke Cigar. He really helped us out because it was like, okay, we got these. That's when we see you all got the OG shirts.
Right.
Yeah.
This is the new shirt.
I thought that was just for you.
No.
National Vice President shirt.
No,
and
this
shit,
this is the new shirt, things like that, and this is what we're going to now. But the OG shirt, I still got my OG
Yeah,
shirt.
I got
the
five. I got
blue joint.
that blue
I got
joint.
the blue joint.
I got
that
that blue
say
joint.
Ron B on it.
Yes, it
Yeah,
is.
I got the blue joint and I got
Before
the black
the
polo.
Urban League,
Yeah.
bro.
And I got the
Urban
Urban
League.
and I got the original black polo.
That's it.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you go out like you did to Tampa, remember we got South Carolina, we got North Carolina, we got Virginia now, New York, New Jersey, we got Vegas, we got Texas.
Well, where at in Texas?
It's in Lubbock, and I think it'll be moving soon, but it's in Lubbock. And we got California, and we also have Vegas right in Vegas.
Okay.
So that we need the national convention, and we
Yeah.
need to be the official media outlet.
Well, you got to talk to John Bellico and the
I
rest
mean,
of the crew.
yeah, hey, you know I was
Should email.
Mhm.
Should
Why we talking to the national vice president?
That's a joint decision.
That means you recommend.
You do the record.
You on record right
gotta-
now.
Yeah, you on record.
You on record right now.
You gotta read between the lines. He's saying that's beneath him. You got
No, John Bellico is above him.
Oh,
He the president.
Oh.
John Bellico is
so
the
he's saying,
president.
so what he's saying is that's above him.
Yeah.
But I want to add in is that I tell you this, we have other visions of some things that we want to do, and in the moment we solidify each and everything, I'll bring it right here so we can put it out to the masses.
Yeah, we gotta do that. We definitely gotta do
What's
that.
up, man?
Yeah.
We might got. I mean, we this only our 11th episode. We only shot one episode outside. We went to dance. We scheduled a bunch of stuff. We supposed to start traveling. So, I mean, we might gotta make it up to New York for a meeting.
Oh man, that'd be nice.
We might gotta
And remember,
get Big Ron
Yes.
to drive us
That
up.
big Ron bring us
Well,
up.
you'll be at the headquarters.
Right. So we be at the national
Yeah,
headquarters.
and
Right.
it's a nice place. The men and women there in Smoke Shields, and even the volunteers there are great. But what you also got to do is you got to come with us to the annual dinner.
Yeah, I just
got
had
it.
that, right?
And we just had that.
So we got a year to prep.
Man, let me tell you.
got a
Yeah,
year
you
to
got
prep.
a year to prep.
Yeah.
When is your trip?
Which one?
The trip next October, because it's always the fourth.
Oh, it's the
Monday.
first week.
It's the first week, so that means you can make it.
Okay.
Yep. And man, let me tell you something. We get there like that Friday or Saturday and stay. We leave that Tuesday, so we're able to do all these different things.
Okay.
You got dates yet?
For next year, it'll be the last Monday in October.
We graduated about
So it's
that. Oh yeah, that's
the
around
fourth
his
Monday.
birthday.
It's the fourth Monday in October. And what we do is we
B-Day trip.
get there and we go to the headquarters, have a good time there. We may leave there and go to several of the different cigar lounges. I tell you,
Is it Monday?
yeah, the fourth Monday in October.
October 28th.
Yep. So, and I tell you, when it's one lounge that I know that Mitch Lounge is.
I ain't never been in no lounges
Yeah.
in New York.
Oh man, let me tell you, it's called Havana Dreams. It's nice.
He followed me on Instagram.
I think so.
Yeah, Mitch. Mitch is good people. You see him on Smoke Shows Maryland page and all that. He's a cool dude. And so it's really nice. And this coming year, I know Maryland will have their itinerary for the entire year out before the year start. It was different this year, and because of COVID and the getting with the lounges and things and getting everybody back. So this year was just to like a rebound. So they met. They have I think they'll bring it out like in December of all the schedules ahead.
So you got anything else this year?
Well, once they do the meeting in November, I know it'll be sometime in November. After that, it's give back time. We give that December, moving forward, give back. That means you got to pick up the toys, get the toys out. You may get a request here and there from a family, military family, or police family, and then we're moving forward out of that. Then we do something for a senior citizen. So it's always give back. It's never a meeting in December.
Okay.
And that give back is like during the COVID 2021, like that early November, I get an email from Fort Knox, the commanding officer that runs all the Army medical staff, reached out to us, and I hit him back and said, well, what can we do for you? So I got one of your members, no, not one of our members, one of her members, military staff, one of her best medical staff, and he's having some hardship times, things like that. I said, all right, I don't need to talk to you, I need to talk to him.
Right.
So got him on the phone. I said, who's with you? He said, my wife. Put it on speaker. And I said, what's the deal? And they told us what the problem was. I said, all right, how can we help? I said, their son has a birthday coming up right before Christmas and Christmas. They need that help. So what we did was, I said, he ride a boxer? I said, yeah. How tall is he? Good height. I said, like a mountain bike? Yeah, so we got him the Genesis 2100 mountain bike. Man.
That's like the Maybach of mountain bike.
Yeah, that bike. Whew, we got
I'm
that.
having a hardship, brother.
Yeah.
Might need a little something.
So, and then we follow up with that. He said he played video games. He said he's a master at it. So we got him PlayStation 5 with a bunch of games, and things like that. Really, your emotions go high up,
Right.
which feeds into, okay, I'm ready to help the world, and that's what it is. Smoking Shields want to take the world. When you have that vision, we can look forward to taking the United States, have chapters all over the United States, and then go into other countries.
Okay.
because the name of the game is helping our military, helping our police officers, helping any first responder, and our allied countries. And that's just it. It's you never lose the duty,
Right.
the duty of helping, and that's the number one thing, helping. And I leave you with this: the greatest thing a human being can do in life is help another human being out.
Message.
Gratitude.
Oh, that's what's up. Well, dude, we still got an official cigar. Remember, we used to have an official cigar before.
We can look at you gotta talk to the
I'm talking to you.
you gotta talk to the Maryland. Well, New York has a stick by Espinosa. Tampa has a stick by Espinosa. Maryland had their first 2 sticks because remember when Maryland came out with stick, he came out with 2.
Man, we had
Dean.
Espinosa.
No,
that was
that was
Epic.
Dean.
Epic.
And then after those 2 sticks, Eric Espinosa, right before the Craft Feast, June 2019, after he was interviewed by Jasmine, our PIO, he came out and just surprised us. He said, I'm already going to donate a stick creation for you all.
I think I remember that.
Yeah, you remember that?
Yeah.
And
The
he
proceeds went to
it went right to us.
Yeah.
right.
And he had them shipped. They had 400 bundles.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, wow.
Oh yeah, I remember.
And they went like that,
Yeah.
and they were good.
Yeah. I
So-
remember that.
There's been talk. I know there's been talk with their president, April, and her board, but I don't know when. I don't know when.
Okay. I give you that. Basically, what he's saying is we gotta call April.
We gotta call
gotta
April.
talk to April.
We gotta call April.
Yeah.
So we definitely probably can get in on that next meeting.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's definitely
Yeah.
what's up. So that's good for smoking shield stuff. Make sure y'all pay y'all dues and pay y'all dues.
And don't
sign up
forget.
some
And don't forget.
And get involved. Get involved.
Yeah.
Bring someone when the meeting come up, or even if you just talk about it. Just talk about it and to someone and bring them on board.
Okay. Yeah, that's what's up. So yeah, we got a few minutes. Let's talk about our stick reviews.
All right. Well, we can let our guests go first. See, what you smoking again?
Hold up. Let's tell you this. So we do a rating, 1 to 5 puffs. Is it puffs?
Yes, it's
Yeah.
puff.
So I forget every week.
Mm.
We do a rating 1 to 5 puffs. So you tell us your cigar and what you rate.
You can give a half puff too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do like 3.5, 4.5, whatever. So you tell us your cigar and
One console, the protocol, official misconduct. I get 4.5.
okay. You're not just saying that because he was law enforcement, right?
No, I didn't smoke. I smoke all of
Because
this.
I know Juan used to be law enforcement.
Yeah,
I did.
yep.
I
New
talked
York, NYPD, and Port Authority.
Okay.
And he has no hot sauce. So that's
No
straight.
sauce. He ain't got no sauce.
He ain't got no sauce.
What about you, Junior?
This 5.
What was you smoking again?
This is the.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hamburger
This is a
place?
5.
Yeah.
And if I have to use the hot sauce, I give it 5.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, this straight
Well,
to it.
I mean, this is Padron
Yeah.
number
enough
95.
said.
Yeah, we only gotta
gotta
talk
talk
about
about it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
But like I said, this is my first time hitting this Lancero, man, and
Yeah, you to the nub.
yeah,
You smoking your fingers.
It's pretty good, man. I'm gonna go with a 4. I'll go with a 4.
Okay.
We went from a cigar to a blunt.
Yeah. I don't do those, but yeah.
So, okay. That's good for our ratings. So, we got a few minutes. You want to do the sports, or you want me to raise this question I asked y'all earlier?
Yeah, let's go with the question. Sports is.
All right. How long you been married?
One day
10
too
years.
long.
10 years. How long you been married?
One day too long. My wife don't hear that. This one is my second wife since 2009.
Okay. So, I don't.
How long you been married?
2 weeks.
Go
I'm
ahead.
only over a year.
I'm
So
fucking
the
with
question
you.
I asked. So we got 3 married people.
Your second marriage.
Yeah, 2 dating people. So the question I ask is, it ain't even about the marriages. The question is, if your woman call you,
If a woman.
if a woman call you and say, let's go out to dinner, is she supposed to pay for the dinner or are you supposed to pay for the dinner? Let's give it to
If
her.
she invited you out,
If she
baby.
invited you out, are you supposed to pay for the dinner or is she supposed to pay if she invited? Let's ask and our guest answer first.
It's our first time, or just
In general.
In general.
If April call you and you at work and April
That's
hits your
his
phone,
wife, though, yo.
still, if she be like, if she be like, let's go to lunch.
I'm gonna pay, but sometimes
But if she invite you,
if she invite me, I think I'll pay. That's gonna pay. That I'm old school, so I'm gonna.
It's your money anyway.
what about you, young whippersnapper?
If I'm getting invited,
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring some money. She paying.
I say the same thing.
I'm
I say,
with- but she
if
paying.
if you call me and be like, let's go to dinner, you taking me to dinner. What you say?
I'm gonna take my glasses off. Because I feel like I'm the only one that's gonna keep it 100 on this conversation. All y'all went politically correct. Me, if I'm just gonna be totally transparent,
Okay.
if I'm trying to GT3, I'm paying.
You swipe
I'm
the
trying
card.
GTD.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But if I already did that, then hey, look, I think that's a discussion that should be had. But I really don't have a problem with paying
Right.
if I go out with
But
somebody.
if she call you and ask you,
Again,
But you know, my wife, she has paid on our lunch and dinner and things like
right?
that. I'm
But
good.
see, I think that's a different conversation for a married person because y'all probably go half and half with that type of thing.
right.
But I think it goes on if this somebody you trying to woo or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
But if you're trying to woo her, you gonna invite her out a bunch
No,
of times
no,
till you GTD.
No, but the question is, if she hit you up, like, yo, hey, I'm trying to hang out with you or whatever, okay, I think in that type of situation, the man should pay for it.
I got one thing to say, and I've been married for a minute. Indirectly or directly, you gonna pay for that meal. No matter if you come out your pocket first or she come out her pocket
No,
first.
indirectly, you paying for GTD. That's indirect.
What's GTD, Tommy?
Getting the drawers.
At the end of the day,
You know what I'm saying?
hey, look, at the end of the day, you're not gonna take them drawers. So if she eats and you pay, you ain't gonna get nothing.
I'm not gonna take the drawer. What are you talking about, brother?
He said if you don't pay, you're not gonna get it.
That's why I would pay.
That's why he said
Right, that's what he said.
he said he trying to get in the
Even
drawers.
if you do pay, if she said no, it's no. No matter how you look at it.
Okay, then that's the last time you called me to ask you to take your ass out. Look, man, I'm true to this, brother. I'm not gonna sit on
Like
this
you
podcast
said-
and fake. Everybody know how I move.
Like you said,
That's just how it's gonna
like
go.
you said, it's a difference between a married man and
Absolutely.
people that's dating.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
like I said, I've been married a long time, and like I said, indirectly or directly, I'm gonna pay for that meal.
Okay, that's
One
fair.
way or the other.
That's fair.
Okay. I just
That-
want to ask y'all that.
You can, hey, Ron, you can talk this shit.
I just want to ask y'all that. I mean, because we talked about it yesterday.
But see, it's so many variables to it now because
Oh, yeah.
now
you
you got the list.
You
know what
got
I'm
the
saying?
list.
Yeah, you got the
You heard
list.
about the list, AP?
Oh yeah, I saw it.
Yeah. So that's
I saw the
crazy.
video.
Yeah.
I saw the video when and
With the young lady who
Yeah.
did it to the guy.
Like,
yeah.
You talking about that video?
no, with
With the lady stayed in the car.
Oh, yeah, she in the
right.
man, I
That-
like the Cheesecake
That's
Factory.
what I'm saying.
Ron don't like the cheesecake.
But see,
I like
in the
Cheesecake
event that somebody called you, they probably have a place in mind. So they probably
Yeah.
say, hey, I'm trying to go have wings at wherever. You
Right.
know what I mean?
I tell you this. way back when I first took April out.
Where was that too?
We went to the movies, and it's wow.
That's on the list.
That's probably when the Hippodrome was open.
I tell you when it was open. I tell you it was open. The movies downtown.
Which one?
Harbor Place. United Artists.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
So we went to the movies. After that, you know what we ate? We went to Mamma Mia's.
Mamma Mia's on Monument Street?
On
Your
Monument
Monument
Street.
Street.
And we got some.
And y'all got
crab
married
cakes.
after that. That's gangster.
That's
That's
We
gangster.
got some crab cakes, and I tell you, you're gonna die laughing. She probably kill me. And we got those jumbo, a half and half, and I spilled it in her, in her lap.
Oh.
You wasn't supposed to get no more.
You ain't no
dick.
choice but to get married.
I said,
Oh,
oh,
man.
I said,
I gotta marry her.
Yeah.
but yeah.
Oh, Mama Mia's, okay.
But did y'all see
Hey.
the video?
The same thing. I used to work for Mama Mia.
But did
They
y'all
will
see?
not sell to John Hopkins. John Hopkins been wanting to buy that building for years.
Yep.
They won their case. They won the case on that.
Yeah.
You know, because
They wanted $1 million and John Hopkins didn't want to pay that. They wanted $1 million for that. I worked with the
I thought they
original
offered
company.
them $1 million and they turned them down.
They turned him down.
They turned him
because
down.
he said, "Well,
Yeah.
I could eat off your clients for the rest of our life."
Right.
And I work for the original owners.
Yeah, like that wouldn't even make sense for them. And they tried to do the whole eminent domain thing on them and all that, but
Yeah, you know.
it ain't work.
Look, the state of Maryland, the subway is right there. The state of Maryland couldn't even take it. You know?
Yeah. Because I think they got classified as a landmark.
They
Yeah,
should-
And once
yeah,
that
yeah.
happened,
That's-
they're
been there
untouchable.
forever.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
untouchable at that
Yeah.
point.
But did
Yeah.
y'all see the video when the guy invited the shorty out
Black.
for some drinks, right? They went to the bar to get drinks and she ordered all these oysters.
I saw that.
And then
I saw
ordered a
that.
meal and all this other stuff. And he gets up and says, "I'm going to the bathroom." He leaves. And he just cash out the bill for the drinks. And
Right.
she got mad.
Yeah, she had about 4 dozen oysters,
Oh my goodness.
lobster
Tails.
tail, all that
Oh,
shit.
she wanted to
man.
eat.
And dessert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
But
relaxed. So cash out the money for the drink.
Well,
That's
I
when
got-
you at the table and you say you know it's GTD time.
I got
I'm
a
paying
good
for all
question.
this.
I got a good question for all of y'all. What is your limit when it comes to paying for dinner? Because everybody got a limit.
When you married, it ain't nothing.
Well, when you marry, ain't nothing. Dr. Dre.
I never
What's
really,
the most?
I never really thought about that, man, because if
You got a lady.
I'm
she
the
want
type.
crab
If I'm
legs.
out, I'm going to spend. I'm gonna have a good time because I'm involved in the equation too. I'm not cheap with myself, so if
Right.
I'm out eating, I'm out eating.
Yeah.
And
Right,
if you
so-
with me, you gonna eat
Right,
good
so
too.
it's like
Yeah.
it's like
That's
so
how it
it's like if you dating, right, and you talking to this young lady on the phone and she tell you, "I'm a wine connoisseur," so you already know when you go out, she ain't gonna ask for no Burns Your White Zinfandel. She might be like, "Give me the 1980 Chateau, blah blah blah,
Yeah.
whatever." But people like us, we go out to dinner. You know, you go to a nice restaurant, white tablecloth restaurant. You eat your dinner. You might have a good seafood dinner, but you might want a nice.
your lady.
No, you might want a nice pour after your meal. You know,
Yeah.
Macallan 18, Macallan 36,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
You know, you might want that after your meal because
Right.
you're like, I'm gonna drink this and I'm gonna go outside and smoke the fuck out this cigar. You know what I mean? Like,
So what's the max?
Ain't
that
no
you-
max.
No. What's the max you ever spent on dinner?
oh shit, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What's the max? You don't know the max? You paid $2,000 for a dinner one time?
No, I don't think I,
I don't
went
think
that
so.
high.
I never went that high.
I think I probably was up around
For
400
Yeah, I can say. I
for
can
two
say-
people?
for two people.
Yeah. I can
That's,
say.
I mean,
I
that's
can
a
say I hit
bottle of
4 or
wine
5.
and some surf and turf.
Yeah, I can say I hit 4 or 5.
Everybody don't
Well,
buy
see,
a bottle of wine and serve it
I
to
know my wife is gonna order something seafood or steak. When we go out, she loves a steak.
And my wife, every time she want, whatever it is, she want add the lobster tail. Every meal, she adding the lobster tail. I already know that.
And
I'm adding a lot.
Right,
she
but she,
paid
a lot of
don't,
times.
but she don't drink wine, so I ain't got to worry about spending $500 on a bottle of wine.
And see, a lot of times, once we may have a drink or whatever, but when we go home, you know, we
It's
have
GTD.
before that, we have a smokehouse,
Right.
and we got our bar.
You in
and
our
everything.
smokehouse.
Yeah, we have a bar and everything in there, and things like that, and all our drinks there. So, you know, that's first thing. She's like, look, we're gonna get this drink, and then we're gonna go back home and have a drink, and because I already know she gonna want to smoke a cigar.
So it's the same thing. So yesterday,
Thank you, bro.
only reason I brought the question up, yesterday, so me and Chico and my wife Margaret, we had the conversation a while ago about this shit. So we was supposed to shoot yesterday. We ain't shoot. I told my wife we ain't shooting yesterday. She say, well, let's go out. She said, you want to go get some dinner? I was like, okay, that's cool. Then she was like, hold up, am I supposed to pay for dinner? Because when me, you, and Chico was talking about it, I said, yeah, you invited me to dinner. We supposed to pay for dinner. But me, I ain't know, like, since I've been, like, juicing and all that, like, my appetite ain't been the same, bro. We went to dinner, bro. I had a turkey burger and some sweet potato fries. I couldn't even eat the whole thing in one Stella. But I was like, but in my mind, I was like if we just out hanging out, I usually drink, like, margaritas. You know, give me top shelf margaritas, Patron or whatever margarita. But my thing is, like you said, I was like, yo, give me one beer with the food, because I already knew after that we was coming back here, and I was going to be able to sit out here, smoke, and drink some of my top shelf ron shit.
I seen the post.
Right.
Yeah,
So I was like,
I got a good question for you. What's the best restaurant you went to?
all of them.
5-star run.
All of them.
Name one. All of them. You just told me you was at Looney's.
That's my shit. I like
That's-
Looney's.
I said the best 5-star or close to it.
I don't know.
You don't know. You know.
I don't. I
Prime
don't keep tracking
Rib
it.
is Prime Rib.
We went to Prime Rib for my
Okay.
mother's
I
birthday.
don't even think
Right.
prime rib all that.
Yeah.
They extremely
Prime rib.
overpriced.
What's the best restaurant
I don't
you
really.
had today?
I don't know. Yo. We don't go to restaurants, yo. We take trips, bro. You know, you go. We take trips.
What's the best trip you took?
All of them, cause I was with my wife. Love you, babe.
For me, I think the best trip is when we went. We purchased a villa
Oh shit.
in Jamaica.
Was that with the 503c money?
Where?
No.
AG looking.
This was in 2018. And we went, and it was nice because
Where?
in
You said Jamaica, but
Jamaica and
no grill.
Ultra Real,
Ocho's real. Yeah, that's the Dumb River's fault.
and
Yeah.
the actual
residency.
restaurant.
Yeah.
I forgot which one it was. I think it was a French restaurant. And it was beautiful.
My best
And it
trip.
was candlelight.
My best trip was we went away on my birthday and I proposed to my wife at dinner.
You had to think about that, huh?
No, I was just waiting my
It
turn.
took a while.
I just waited my
You
turn.
had to think about
Now,
that.
I asked you
look,
first.
if it's
Sound like he
sushi,
tried
my wife is
GTD
all
I
about
don't
it.
eat sushi.
She eats sushi. I eat the cooked stuff, but she eats sushi.
To
And,
pour ya.
My wife asked me that yesterday. She was like, "Since I paid for dinner, that means you got put out." She told me that.
Pull up the knee pads.
No, she said put out, not pull out. She said put out.
I got a question. Have any one of y'all drove a electric car?
Yes.
I have.
I
I
have.
have.
Don't like it.
Is hybrid half of it?
Well, this past no, it's all electric. This
Well,
past
You got a Tesla?
no, I had the Kia Niro
Okay.
SUV. So it's a mini SUV, and I did not like it.
Why?
Yeah, I
What do you
it.
like about it?
You know,
Feel
the
the
ride.
process, yo.
I say the riding was
I've been in
nice.
some, but I ain't never drove
The
one.
riding was nice, but you got to charge it.
Yeah.
You know, it's if a community, when I mean a community, if a city's infrastructure with these charging stations are not adequate, it's no use even having
But
them.
those smaller cars don't give you as many miles.
Well, the smart cars don't give you
What was the max on it? 300 miles?
It wasn't so much the 300 mile. It was yeah, but they do it by percentage of your battery. So if you had, I had an 80% battery. So we rode around, And I tell you, by that night, 15 minutes I could get to a charging station.
Yeah, that's what-
And the charging stations were broke. And we had this one had to wait for the guy to finish, to do his. So it was 30 minutes for a fast charger to get to 60% the fast charger. And the guy was saying, oh yeah, that one broke and that one broke. I went to another location, that one broke.
Do you have to pay for the charging station?
You have to pay for the charging station. Like
How
for
much-
60,
what's
the
Oh,
60%,
no, I have that for the
I
test.
paid
$10,
$15.
15.
oh,
But what I realized is that each day I had it and I charged it, the multitude of people that have them have no charging docket at their home.
Right.
Yeah.
And the thing about in the state of Maryland, Maryland will give you $700 towards one. But everybody's situation is different. You might live in a townhouse where as though you can't have
Dude, I was
Yeah.
looking.
In Miami, where we were, you ever notice, everybody lived in an apartment.
Right.
correct
Yeah.
condos
Condos.
everywhere.
So they had these stations, these charging stations all over the place. To charge at a Tesla location, you gotta have a particular adapter.
Right.
Just-
Yeah, so I couldn't go there. It's a rental.
So then, speaking of electric cars, Troy Tillery. I was looking at him and his wife was at the Arizona game in Arizona. He posted a video. They in the Tesla. The car was driving itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They was in the back, bro.
Yeah.
I said, yo, you
So-
got some big balls.
So you
That's
know,
the future.
Yeah.
So you in Arizona, they were one of the
and
first-
California.
They was one of the first states that when they implemented that self-driving mechanism, you could be driving and you look to your right and left, the people in the passenger and all in the back seat chilling.
Right, I do know that because they like people that do Toro out there, like they might own it. They might own two Teslas. They might Toro one. So they tell you this way you pick the car up from. So when you drop the car back off, they can program the other car to follow them home.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Charge it up.
But now, I recently drove a Tesla when I was in Dallas last month, and to find a charging station, a super fast Tesla charging station, I had to go one time. I had to go to like Fort Worth area.
Yeah.
But up here it's not bad because if you got a Tesla up here, it's Tesla charging stations everywhere.
Everywhere, yeah.
Wow,
Every Wawa got
Every Wawa.
every Wawa
There's
got
more
like 4
charging
or
stations
5.
at the Wawa than regular gas.
Down there in Miami, it was either the Walmart or they had these other stations. And what I noticed at a certain time, like at dealerships, you go to the dealerships, excuse me, but dealerships closed, you gotta go to these other locations,
Right.
and it's like,
In Liberty City.
yeah, so you got,
That's Miami.
so you got all these stations, you up there waiting.
Yeah.
Cause I was like, God, all these people.
That's why I like if you go with a hybrid, you good, you know,
Mm-hmm.
because
Yeah, plug in
anything
hybrid.
Yeah.
anything under 35 miles per hour is all electric and it's
Yeah.
self-charging
Yeah.
at the same time. And two, United States get up to speed
Mhm.
with the charging stations, which is Tesla's number one. They supposed to come out with like 10,000 extra stations for everybody to hit. They gonna be number one,
Yeah, because
and
when
you
I
had to buy the adapter
yeah,
for it.
yeah,
I'm
because
get
when I went back
long as I
to
can.
the rental agency,
Getting
Hertz,
old, Jay.
went back to Hertz and I said, look, their stations are broke, and they knew it.
And,
They was
and you know
and
what?
They gave me a
Did you
$100. They gave me $100
Voucher.
certificate voucher.
Did you ask for the electric car?
Yeah, because you know
That's
what?
what your ass get.
Well, I didn't know. It was my first time. It was my first
You was
time.
in Miami, should have got a convertible
Well,
Lambo.
But check this out. You know the difference. You know, I'm on that VIP. Hertz.
You got a Go program as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Let's go.
when I look,
I'm
if
like,
what I did was I said, let me check out these EVs. It's close to $250 cheaper
Mm-hmm.
to go with an electric car.
Mm-hmm.
And then on top of that, and you probably seen it, as soon as you purchase it, they send you an email and give you a promo, and you get $50, $75 more taken off
Oh, yeah?
just to
I
ride.
got a good question.
That's what it was.
When you do your
Oh,
reservations for a trip, say like Miami, how far in advance do you do it?
Black, won't you come over here and sit
I
on the
do
couch
that.
and start asking
I'm
questions?
always the man behind the scene.
I do that We did ours in May,
God damn.
but I don't do the actual vehicle until 60 days out.
If you do it when you'll get a better rate. You might even get it
Well,
free.
He got hers
For the
both.
gas vehicle.
Gas or hybrid
Yeah, because the hybrid I still got that.
or electric.
Yeah.
Because what they want you to do to pay up front for your vehicle, and they got money in the pocket.
The money in the
They got
pocket,
money
yeah.
in the bank.
Yeah.
Even if you take it or don't, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Alright, so
Yeah, but I noticed that the huge difference between the gas vehicles and the.
So do you think it was worth it getting electric?
After I
Phil
drove it,
Donahue.
Yeah, goddamn, Oprah.
after I drove it, it was nice.
Find out he got
Then-
some stock in it.
But once you the actual stations, that really changed my mind.
So it wasn't worth it.
It wasn't.
Okay. All right, so yeah, we run out of time.
Yeah.
All right, so that about sums it up. We thank AP for coming out,
Oh, man, it's my
representing
pleasure.
Smoking
Thank you, AP.
Shields. Thank you for coming out. Make sure you come back and let us know all the, all of the shit, all the stuff we got going on. And, you come in here and tell us what we got. I
Okay.
guess next time we gotta bring April because you
Yeah.
ain't answer enough questions. We get April come on here and answer some more questions.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
yeah, we appreciate you coming out. That's episode 11. So
We got motion.
We gonna keep motion.
we out.